Hello, and welcome to my review of all of the patch notes, or more specifically, the balance changes in Update 40 of TD6. Let's get started. First, these are all my live reactions, so I haven't seen these before, and I'll try to explain how I think they're going to change Chimps mode specifically, so anything that makes money, like farms, won't be talked about. First, let's start off with a small change I noticed. Level 15 Sharpening Stone should no longer last forever after reloading a save. This bug is a nice one to be patched for multiple reasons. First, it actually makes challenge editor runs harder, which is kind of annoying, but yeah. I would have preferred if they kept it in the game for challenge editor because it allows for some stupid runs to happen. But then, it also helps because it'll make recording guides much easier, or figuring out the strategies for guides much easier. For the Dart Monkey, they haven't changed anything for any of the towers except the Paragon, and we don't really care about the Paragon. For the Bomb Shooter, really big bombs got a slight price buff. Don't think that's going to change much. Frag Bombs no longer changes damage type of explosions to normal, so now they're still not going to be able to pop Black Bloons even if they have Frag Bombs, which is actually kind of an issue for Recursive Cluster, which right over here got buffed, but we'll get over that in a bit. Balloon Crush, they didn't change anything for it, so no need to talk about it. But Recursive Cluster gaining back 2 damage might actually make it pretty good versus Balloon rounds, which is actually a nice change to have, because Ennui will finally be happy and will stop complaining that Recursive Cluster sucks. Well, he doesn't complain that it sucks. He says that it's still good, but it's not. Or it wasn't, but now it might actually be good. Still kind of RNG though, so yeah. And it's only going to be good versus mid-game ceramics. It'll still completely fall off on super ceramics. And Bomb Blitz is basically unchanged. Ice Shards, shard damage can now be buffed by any attack buff, which is actually pretty good. This might make it so alk buffing and embrittlement is worth it if you need more mid-game balloon damage. I don't think it will actually change anything, but I guess that's neat. Both super brittle changes doesn't matter. Both super brittle shard changes do not matter. No one is using super brittle for damage, so yeah. Arctic Wind, okay, this will make it slightly worse against super ceramics, which is its only use, which is kind of annoying. They say it was heavily underrated before its large slow aura increase, with so many players now working out how good it is and how much better an upgrade it leads into than any similar options. It does not, I don't think it needed nerfing. It was already outclassed by Balloon Impact, and considering Balloon Impact got a slight price buff and this got nerfed, Balloon Impact probably just completely outclasses it now. Absolute Zero unchanged. Icicles, this change isn't really going to affect much. No one was using Icicles anyway, so I guess it might do something for the 2 people that do. 024 Full Auto Rifle Shrapnel gains bonus damage versus Moabs 0-1. That is actually very neat because 024 Shrapnel Sniper wasn't used much except in the massive damage meme axis, which is Superstorm, Balloon Crush, and from now what I've heard it might include Corvus, the new hero. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that though. This might actually make it better for more all-around use than specific niche meme runs, as they say here. A slight aircraft carrier and carrier flagship price buff might help a little bit. A small aircraft carrier and carrier flagship price buff might help a little bit with getting it before round 63 on expert chimps, which wasn't really too much of an issue if you're playing on the maps where you actually want carrier flagship, but on other maps, you still shouldn't be using flagship, but it might be slightly better now. Never Miss. This change won't really change anything because Never Miss, the darts would already hit basically everything, so I don't think this was really an issue. The homing for never miss darts can cause darts to expire just before they are able to loop around and hit their target, which is unsatisfying to see. I never noticed that, but apparently Ninja Kiwi does, and they're always right. No, they're not. They're not always right. What am I kidding? Anyways, Pop and Awe, bad and boss damage nerf, which, honestly, who is using Pop and Awe for bosses? People did use Pop and Awe for bads, but no one used it against bosses. Okay, slight nerf. Pop and Awe damage bonus to stunned balloons reduced from 10 to 8. This kind of makes its main Moab synergy less, and just its synergy with all other sorts of stuns, which is kind of annoying, but yeah. Pop and Awe is still pretty good, but slightly worse now. Robomonkey Pierce nerf. That won't really change too much. I still think it should be able to do all of the crazy mid-game stuff it can on basically every expert map, so I don't think it's going to change much. 040 Tech Terror Pierce remains 9. That's interesting. They just didn't change Tech Terror? Okay. All of these ninja changes are completely irrelevant. No one is using Distraction, so no one's going to use it anyway. So, yeah. 130 Unstable Concoction. Crosspath increases Concoction Pierce 3 to 4. Okay, this might be used slightly more now, but I'm pretty sure 031 is still going to be better, but it might actually make 130 better in some cases if you need burst splashing, like if you need it to splash a group of Moabs instead of ZOMGs. This might make it slightly better for that. Druid of the Jungle no longer swaps to strong target priority automatically. This saves a single button press. Everyone just switched it to first anyway, so yeah, this isn't going to change anything except a button press. They changed something about banana farms. I don't use them though because I'm a Chimps player. Spiked Mines nerf. Okay, I really don't know how to feel about that. I think that's going to be slightly worse on most instances, but it shouldn't be changed too much, and it should still be just about as strong as it is before. Mob Shredder, Mob damage nerf. This was needed. Mob Shredder was way too good last update. Yeah, this is good. Carpet of Spikes. How dare they nerf Carpet of Spikes? Carpet of Spikes is how it should be. No, please buff it more. Anyways, Beast Handler. This change helps a little bit if you want to micro it, which only some crazy people micro the Beast Handler. Just kidding. Y'all aren't crazy. Y'all are just way better than me, so I have to call you crazy for legal reasons, but we don't talk about that. So, no one used Orca anyway, and I don't think people are going to use Orca anyway. Before, a few minutes ago, this said Gear Falcon, and they changed it to Golden Eagle, which it should have been. So they put an Among Us symbol. Nice NK. This makes Golden Eagle significantly worse, and that's going to be kind of annoying because, yeah, you still might be able to find some use for it, but I think it's significantly worse now. Condor, unchanged. This change makes absolutely no sense. Why are they trying to shift a little of that Moab bonus damage on the main attack into raw damage instead? Nobody is using Ezili, especially at level 19, for Bloon damage. The Moab damage is completely unchanged, but yeah, I don't know why they're trying to make Ezili better at Bloon damage. No one was using Ezili for Bloon damage anyway, so this change makes absolutely no sense and didn't need to happen. Brickle changes. Okay, they buffed her main attack speed by small bit. Okay, nice. No one really cared about Brickle's main attack anyway, so yeah. Megamind cooldown reduced. Oh, this is going to hurt a lot of the top players, so I'm sorry. Well, why am I sorry? I didn't change this. NK should be sorry. Anyways, Jerry Fire now inherits innate camo detection, including Ninja Monkey, Sada, and Sai. Who's putting Jerry Fires on Sada and Sai in co-op? But yeah, now that it gets innate camo detection if it's on a ninja, helps a ton because you don't have to get a camo village before 59 on Ouch just so your Jerry Fire can see camo. It's a nice change. And now Jerry Fire follows the actual heli/ace through the air rather than on the landing pad. That's random change. Don't think that's going to change much. But yeah. Bunch of new things coming next update, or just in the future. That sounds neat. But this video is all about Update 40. And overall, not too much got changed in terms of balance changes. Recursive Cluster got a small buff, or a fairly big buff actually. Arctic Wind was nerfed yet again. 024 Full Auto Rifle Shrapnel was buffed, which we love that. It's a nice buff. Top Path Boat was buffed a little bit. Doesn't change much. Never Miss got slightly better. Papanaw, slight nerf. Slight Middle Path super nerf. Ignore the ninja changes. And slight Spike Factory nerf and somewhat big Beast Handler nerfs. And Azalea, Brickle, and Geralda, but those aren't important. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video Anyways, I hope that this video helped you out in some way with making any sort of strategies after these balance changes. Have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye. Oh yeah, as I speak, I am probably working on a guide for the new map. It's really weird to figure out. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but it's probably going to be with Sada, and yeah, I'm not sure about anything other than that.